Waduni for game number 3. Let's send it on over to Vox. That is Valdez and Ox.
Thank you very much, guys. As BDD, he did it in this series.
I also predicted D+. And as I said earlier, if D+ win, it keeps Legend Group more competitive, more interesting. And despite these things, I just really want to see Huni go 0-10. It'd be so funny. So I'm willing to throw it all away just to see Huni suffer.
Yeah. I know how much you care about your prediction, Ox, but it's a big sacrifice. I understand that we really need to get that 0-10 happening. So
honestly, I think we should be careful talking about predictions in this way and not caring about them, because if Chronicler is watching, he'll be very upset.
He would be, yeah.
He would be watching or would be very upset?
He'd be very upset. I don't know if he's actually watching. Last I heard, he was going somewhere. Busy, as he calls it.
The Netherlands?
I think that's where he is. And I think he is going somewhere else.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so little bit of a shake-up here in terms of the ban on the Cassiopeia first and not the Oriana. Last time it was Jarvan here from D+. Do they change up the ban strategy is the question. They're going for the Syndra. So Oriana available. Syndra not there as something that can have a good matchup into her. Lulu banned instead. Is it just the first pick Oriana for D+, that will hand over the Jarvan to the other side?
Yeah, because they're not going to let you get Oriana and Jarvan. So, Cuz has to pick it. Or just give over a really strong combo.
Rumble Jarvan. Pretty potent. Some of the typical responses into Rumble are now gone. They actually go for the Yone instead. So now there is just a Jarvan pickup for D+.
Yeah, that got a big reaction from the Korean commentators as well. This is certainly a bit of a gambit from them. I mean, Oriana, Jarvan isn't the only jungler that goes well.
I mean, maybe the thought process was Lee Sin and Jarvan are up. Lee Sin's a good matchup in a Jarvan.
Yeah.
If they pick Jarvan, we can go Lee Sin. And it looks like the response into the Rumble might just be K'Sante. We've seen tanks a lot into this pick. But I feel like so far, if you look at the 80 carries that have been taken out of the pool, Ezreal, Corki, Jhin, 3 of the safer 80 carry picks. And especially if D+ go this K'Sante in the top lane, you're going to need an 80 carry in the bot lane. You can't really go a mage here. I feel like you just don't have the damage. And what 80 carry are you going to be able to pick into Rumble Yone that can handle them, that can survive against them? They end up going for the Skarner here. Skarner, we've seen very successful into the Lee Sin specifically, but also pairs quite well with the Rumble. You just barbecue them over the coals.
Yeah.
Hold them there.
It's kind of crazy we saw Lee Sin not pick for 2 games and then ban second phase in 1. Feels like the prio in the series is not there on that pick.
I think just definitely there's some risks to committing early to the Lee Sin, and you can be counteracted. Now they'll look in the bot lane. Lulu was already taken out of the equation, so limits some of the options there. Caitlyn now gone as well. Ziggs to follow. Obviously, I feel like it's more likely that KT could play a mage, although to be honest, I think it'd be more likely if they had an AD jungler instead of this tank jungle in Skarner, who does a fair bit of magic damage. Ashe going to be taken away. Ashe Seraphine definitely could have been a threat. And then MF, the final ban. So in terms of what's remaining, you could go Yanara without Lulu. Sivir, you don't really want to play into Jarvan. You could go Kai'Sa with this composition, honestly, but blinding Kai'Sa is a bit risky, so maybe you just pick up support here first and then see what D+ do. And they are going to do that with the Alistar. Alistar got that movement speed buff, which honestly made it was a nice change for him. But just generally in here, a lot of options against D+ when it comes to the engage. And then D+ are going to respond knowing that they're going in the Alistar. They could just go Kalista Renata here. You're into a pretty dive-focused composition. You're going to have a really strong lane.
Yeah.
It does put a lot of pressure on Smash, though, but he's often risen to that pressure.
Also, there's just not a lot of good duos that are left. You know, individual pieces, sure. Fenrir,
Is it just a Varus angle in this situation?
Mel. They do have Yone
Hey.
mid, but that's not an AD carry. We have certainly moved away from the AP carry bots here in Korea, at least.
I feel like more than that, we moved away from Mel bot a while ago. Even when we saw more Mages bot, Mel kind of just dropped off a cliff and I wasn't seeing that much. It's a lot of value into Renata, that's for sure. But into Jarvan, I feel like the Mel is going to feel pretty uncomfortable.
Yeah, I mean, theoretically, if they're winning a fight, she's just behind all of the engage, and, you know, maybe the Jarvan can't get to her because he has to peel or something. But, you know, if they have Jarvan and Orianna and they're the ones proactively engaging, Mel is not going to be happy if she doesn't have Flash.
I also think, you know, when you're playing into Xante, a lot of emphasis is going to be on the Yone being strong. The only other AD you have in the comp is from Skarner, who does mixed damage. Like, his passive is magic, his Q, the boulder is physical, but he's a tank. He's not putting out a lot of damage anyway. We've often seen these mage-based compositions kind of struggle into, like, bulkier compositions to cut through them. I think having the Yone really helps with that because he has so much sustained DPS. I think they have... I'm just concerned about this Mel. I'm concerned about the lane, and I'm concerned about team fights as well.
And Fenrir playing it. We'll see how it goes on the Rift for Game 3. All right, game number 3. As you remember at the beginning of the year, we had like only 4 zeros with the occasional, I call it a 4-0. I mean like a 4-game day.
Yeah,
Occasional 5th game thrown in there.
I do remember.
Now it feels like the series are getting closer. It's getting more back and forth. We're getting more 3-gamers, more 5-6 game days.
I mean, just in general, this is kind of what we expected Legend Rise to be last year, and it just wasn't.
Yeah.
Where you're taking the top half of the LCK and the bottom half of the LCK, the match is going to be closer, more likely to have close matchups that go to 3 games. But last year that didn't really happen at all for the Legend group, but this time it has. You can see already the lane is not going so well.
They're zoning him out of XP. This is really rough.
Alistar level 1 we've always known is weak, but also Mel, you have one ability. You're ability based, you're a mage, you only have one.
Yeah.
And Kalista Renata can just auto you down together.
Yeah.
So zoned off very hard. This is a really rough spot to be in. Lucy's also threatening over here, which isn't fun.
Well, Effort got another headbutt in,
Oh,
I guess.
no.
Oh, he hits the flag and drag on a Fenrir.
The fact that there's a map split as well is just devastating. He's going to have to recall. You have to TP back, but you're level 1.
At least he has TP.
But if you miss this XP, the game is over. But if you TP in here,
You die.
they're going to dive you.
Yeah. What would you do?
Add TP. Add TP.
I think you kind of have to. Effort just trying to run away, and he does live for quite a while. Career goes down to the turret, and the dive is just awful. They don't even kill Effort.
Effort saves the game with that play.
Meanwhile, Sio here, deep in the lane, and he's just going to die as Cuz comes over, punishes him, picks up first blood.
It's crazy that they're able to stabilize bot lane. They're still behind in gold. They're still behind in farm. But the game was basically over. If they just waited for the Mel and they killed the Mel, I guess the thought process was, let's get the Alistar before he hits level 2. Alistar obviously not the easiest target to mess around with under tower. But the problem was Career was also level 1. And normally when we see these dives in the bot lane, it's so important that the Renata is level 2 because you get the bailout. And because he missed so much XP, was backing up Lucid. They didn't have that extra tool. Career ended up getting executed. and they managed to survive the play. The lane's not in a good spot after that. It's not like it suddenly made them have a winning scenario, but it's definitely better than it could have been.
Yeah, it was supposed to be insanely far behind losing, and instead it's like, well, just losing, you know? Not the end of the world. It's
Oh, no.
now, oh, what?
No! Oh, no! I was so stressed for Korea, and then... yeah, I don't even know. This has... You know, I was thinking, like, we had the super one-sided game 1, super one-sided game 2. I was like, game 3 is going to be chaotic.
An absolute mess.
We're getting that already.
Yeah. It's going to be on fire because there's a rumble in it.
Well, thank you for that.
Yeah, no problem. We had some, yesterday, I forget what the comment from Huni was. I'm feeling Charvelous after this or something.
Oh, don't repeat it. That was...
I was at home just face-palming myself, alone in my room. My son was asleep. So
Actually, to be honest,
that's why I was able to
I
watch.
think Charvelous was okay. What was the other one that was really not okay?
For me, the Charvelous was the...
You know what?
But it was like Helios immediately after had like an even worse one.
Helios' one was the one that really bothered me.
Yeah.
Charvelous, I could see the charm. What was the
Or
one?
the charm.
I thought you were going to mention, what was the one that Wadid had that was really bad? Or was it Wadid? Who was it? Who did Giddy Online?
I don't think that was one of us. I thought
that was
Prince.
one of us.
Wasn't
That
it
was
like
one
Prince?
of us. Was it Huni?
I'm not sure. We got a flash on in, and the Alistair doesn't have anything, as he does get the knock up and immediately just dies. Fenrir as well nearly loses his life.
Okay, well, that was very close. Bot lane's looking a bit deep fried.
I just love that it's game 3. DK are like, you know what? Kalista and Nada, you don't really see it nowadays. They're going to blind pick Alistair into us? Really?
Yeah.
We will punish this.
And the thing is, Kalista ends up getting quite tanky because she builds defensive items, builds resistances compared to a normal AD carry. They have a mage-heavy composition. They might just never be able to kill Smash. I think it might get to the point where Smash just stands there, stacking up spears, hopping about. You're damaging him, he doesn't die, he rends. Everyone in KT is gone.
Yeah. It's definitely a worry. I mean, this is almost like a ticking time bomb, this bottom lane for KT Rolster, but they don't really have a good fix. I mean, Cuz was looking for something in mid. He's still level 5, probably going to hit level 6 soon. Not off the scuttle. But even then, like, are you going to combat and actually make something happen?
I think
So far, it's been all about Lucid in the bottom lane.
What makes it worse is that we have Effort with Spellbook and Fenrir with TP. So, like, they have even less power in the 2v2 than they normally would.
Yeah.
It's just not a good time.
By the way, it was Wadid that said Giddy Online.
Oh my god, that was awful. That was atrocious. Honestly, if there's a tier list, Charvelous is at the top. Then, is it? What was Helios's again? What was his? It was something. It was so bad. I think I've blocked it out.
There have been some really rough ones.
Yeah, Charvelous definitely beats Giddy Online. Giddy Online was horrific.
Yeah.
I
mean, you guys have had to make a lot of comments over the course of, what, did we start that last year, I think?
Oh my god, yeah.
Comments.
It was a shovel-toothed tiger for Helios. That's the win.
That was the one. Because
like,
we had Charvelous, and then that popped up, and we
it's
thought...
like Charvelous, a moderate gap, Giddy Online, and then just like a humongous goal to shovel-toothed tiger.
What did he even mean by that? I just...
You know, these are one of the ones, sometimes I see these comments, I'm like, maybe it makes more sense in Korean. Nah, I don't think you got that here.
Well, it's a saber-toothed tiger, right? That's the reference.
Yes.
But saber in Korean... No, I don't... I really don't think it works. I don't see the lines. I don't see it. I just want to stop thinking about it. They're just going to go for the grubs here. Looking for a root on Elucid. He avoids it. And, yeah, also Wolf had Cho'Gath, Go'Gath. Which,
Wait, we're getting some context.
Apparently, Sabertooth is Shabel, which is Charvel in Korean. So I guess.
Oh.
I guess it's similar, the same-ish.
I guess we honestly just got translation dipped, because that actually that makes sense. It's the same characters.
Yeah.
So that's actually pretty intelligent, so apologies, Helios. That's actually pretty good. It didn't translate.
In English, it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, okay, so we got translation dipped. Helios did have a good comment. Giddy Online is still terrible.
Giddy Online wins for worst comment, then.
Cho'Gath, Go'Gath.
That just reminds me of Gogurt. You remember Gogurt?
Cho'Gath, Go'Gath. Is that better or worse than Giddy Online?
I think it's slightly better.
Okay,
but
so
it's worse than Charvelous.
So I think Shovel-Tooth Tiger is redeemed. Helios, apologies for slandering you. Charvelous is on top out of the global comments, though. Giddy Online far below, and Cho'Gath, Go'Gath just above Giddy Online. I'm glad we could get this established. In the meantime,
and there's still time, by the way, Ox. You can beat them.
Oh,
with an even worse comment.
Oh, don't tempt me.
I'm just saying, you know, think about your POM and maybe consider what you want to put in today.
Well, speaking of POM, Smash is currently smashing Fenrir and Effort. There's a sizable CS lead. He's 1,100 gold up.
Yeah, you're the one who did the Nigel Thornberry, didn't you, with the smashing, and you made me say it when I was the host. Yeah.
Yes, I think I've done that one twice, honestly.
Yeah.
You leave it enough time and you can repeat it. That's the...
At least it's a good reference, you know?
Actually, no, I say leave it enough time. Do you know who doesn't leave it enough time? Helios always does, like, the Shin family and all that stuff. And, I guess... We are the best 3 junglers in LCK, and then he puts himself in. We've seen it so many times.
Yeah, I mean, just running out of material.
Actually, I feel kind of bad that the Shovel-Tooth Tiger was a banger in Korean, and then we slandered Helios when he finally put the effort in.
Tiger doesn't make any sense in English. But yeah, that needed like a little translator's note at the bottom.
True, actually.
Yeah. For next time. Perhaps.
Wait, who's in the desk for that?
Wasn't that was yesterday with the DNS 2-0 over Nongshim? Pretty sure. Or was it their first?
I think it's the first one because I was there.
That was last Sunday.
It was Huni?
I was there. I'm pretty sure.
And was it Huni, right? Because he did Charvelous.
Yeah, it was him.
So Huni should have translated it for us and didn't, so we can blame him.
Goes 0-8 in predictions.
Yeah.
Doesn't translate the Korean comments for us.
I think his prediction is looking better for this series, though.
You know, Huni did some stage translation at EWC. He was actually really good at it.
Oh, wow.
So that makes it even worse because we know he's capable, and he still didn't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Dragon going to be picked up there by D+, 1,400 gold ahead. That lead is entirely in the bot lane. Fenrir is not really getting to play the game.
Yeah.
It's a 40 CS lead. Smash has Shiv. They need an out. Honestly, I think at some point they should have just swapped the top lane.
Ooh.
Sometime before now.
Yeah, I mean, top lane quest is done. So. Just get the Rumble down there.
Top lane quest is done. Dragon's dead. You ain't contesting anyway. I think just leave.
I think at this point, probably a good idea, but the damage has already been done. 1,600 golds. You know, we've been talking about Pomens and stuff because they got a big lead. They extended it a bit. Nothing else has really happened. The players have just been laning. I think DK's done a really good job of, you know, trying to further their lead bit by bit, not really making any mistakes, snowballing the dragons, as you would expect them to do with such a bot lane lead.
Oh, looking for Showmaker now.
All right, we'll see if this works this time around, but the Unbound Soul comes in, and it's going to be the Shockwave onto Cuz. Showmaker just a little bit of mana left, but it's enough to get him away. He holds on to his flash. Really just kind of a gank maybe to get BDD back. I say that, but then, okay, maybe he's going to back now or rotate somewhere. Either way, gets a little bit of help from Cuz in the mid lane where he has fallen a little bit behind.
I think it was just the best angle because Cassante is now Cassante, so if you gank him, he'll just drag you through a wall. Bot lane, you ain't messing with bot lane. Don't go near bot lane at all if you're Cuz. You will get 2v3.
Yeah.
So it kind of felt like mid was the only option, but Showmaker just able to get away from it without even burning a summoner. Herald up in a minute. I don't think you can fight it if you're KT, if I'm being honest. It's a tough ask. And Shu now has the Koenig Rukin, so you can kind of just chill in this matchup.
This is very much Game 1 vibes, you know? It's not exactly the same, but the vibes are similar, where it's like one team has a lead. It's not huge, but it feels huge. It's almost 2,000 gold, couple of Drakes, but really the biggest thing about the vibes is that the team that's losing doesn't really get to do anything. They're just sitting on their hind legs, paws up in the air, you know, kind of like Wolf yesterday with the gerbil, whatever he did, with the backing animation, or the TP animation, and just kind of sitting very defensively and not able to do much. So, nice handshake there from Career.
I was hoping for the more chaos and more even game, but this game just felt very dominating right now, and it kind of feels like a repeat of Game 2. KT at least have a lot of engage options, but I think they're going to be engaged on.
Lucid just sprinting through the jungle as the Shockwave is... Yeah.
Is that enough to signal that KT can fight? No, I don't think so.
Yeah. They were like pretend posturing there in the river, like, oh yeah, we're going to do something.
I mean, BDD's got his first item on recall. Is that enough for them to fight? Probably not.
Yeah, I'd say it's the bare minimum. Is, you know, one item Spike, Luden's, Bork here for the two of them.
I think also with everyone's sums being up, so much is flashable from KT. You can't flash Calista auto attacks, but you can flash a Mel combo, an Alistar combo, a Yone ult. So I think it's a pretty precarious one for KT going into this 5v5 when they have all sums.
Yeah. Sashi on the bottom lane, he is so incredibly tanky right now. Like, Perfect has Leandri's, but that's all he has, and he barely even chips through the Cassante's health. He's up a level, doesn't matter. So you're just able to take the turret, essentially, for free in the bottom lane 1v1. Meanwhile, DK are getting the Rift Heralds, and we already talked about how this should be theirs. Nice little catch here, though, from BDD, trying to get Showmaker. He's so low, but he lives as the Equalizer comes down. He flashes away from it. He's still alive, and now Smash. Giant impale from the side of Cuz, but where's the follow-up? Now the knockup comes in from BDD, but it's still not enough. They did so much right in this fight, and yet they're still not able to take down D plus Kia. As Smash is here on the right side, he's going to get a little bit of a rebuttal taste, as the eye did go the way of KT, but they do not pick it up. A close-ish fight, but TK still ahead.
I think the key issue for me was the equalizer value was non-existent. And we talked about the combo of the Skarner Rumble sort of raking them over the coals, and that just never happened. So if you actually look at this starting off, BDD finds an angle on the Showmaker, Effort follows up, and they get him low. The Shockwave only hits Effort because BDD channels away, and that equalizer just hits nothing. No value at all, doesn't kill Showmaker, and is now unavailable for this moment, when you'd love to have it. So, to me, that was the major issue. You didn't kill Showmaker with Equalizer, and you didn't have it for when Cuz got the most monstrous impale.
BDD also had ult when he first knocked up Showmaker there. He just didn't commit to it because I guess he thought he had enough follow-up with the Alistar.
I think maybe he was just concerned about locking him into the animation and getting pierced down.
Definitely possible. We got a knock up here on Elucid. He's in a bit of a rough spot, but the combo comes through. They're still not able to take him down. He flashes into the Skarner, and the Skarner is the one that goes down. And now BDD alone in the pit will be free food for D plus Kia. And all I keep thinking about, Ox, is the hopes and dreams of the Huni 010 are slowly drifting away.
They didn't have Equalizer, they didn't have the Yone ult, they didn't have Mel ult. They didn't have all these tools, and they still went for the fight. They couldn't even kill the Jarvan.
Yeah, and they tried. They threw what little they had into the Jarvan, pretty much all of it.
Yeah, not the entire kitchen sink. Maybe just like the tap.
Like the faucet?
The faucet, yeah. That's all they had. Not as impactful.
Yeah. Couple of pots and pans in there. But yeah,
Barely
feels like
even
they're
that.
floundering.
So they go for this. The Dragon's already gone, so they try and set up on a Lucid. Shockwave comes out in return, but Lucid just survives such a long time, gets a Sundered Sky heal, then the bailout, and they're like, oh, actually we cannot kill him.
Yeah.
And it's just another kill for this Kalista. This Kalista is going to be so disgustingly strong. They also just buffed Terminus, by the way. So I don't see it. I don't see the angle.
Yeah.
I feel like it's been a bit rough this series because it's been pretty one-sided games throughout. This game is going in that direction. I can't even imagine what KT would need to win from this, but the craziest engage you can ever see is a start.
Yeah.
And Smash has to die quickly. And he has bailouts, that makes that difficult.
Like, how many times does BDD have to be like the sole savior playing Yone? You remember they were behind in that one game and he hit like the 3-man Yone ult and pulled the game back and they still lost? It feels like, you know, it's kind of all on him as well, unless Cuz gets a really sick angle. Effort is pretty far behind. He's still Alistar, but yeah, I don't know. I think that blind Alistar, they just were not able to read the situation, especially with the Mel final pick, just essentially locking them into their doom.
Yeah. Mage has definitely been on the way out in the LCK. And Mel, even before Mages were on the way out, wasn't that popular. Not really doing too well here.
It's just a little bit outdated. Like, our teams are very smart. They know how to counter things after a certain period of time. When they first see it, they're like, oh, wow, that's weird. That caught us off guard. But eventually, you're able to change things up, change the way you draft and play. Even with, like, the full team invade as well at level 1, just to allow Lucy to be on the bottom side of the map and get the pressure from the Jarvan. All those things leading to the bottom lane of KT not existing.
Baron is available, and it's a minute 45 on that Dragon Soul. You can see, look at the control that D+ have established on this top side. Just given no real ins for KT to get close. They've got a little bit of vision, but those wards have been pinged already. One's just been cleared out. And it's so dangerous to approach a step up here.
Yeah, it's essentially Cuz and Effort together, as you would expect. Just trying to clear out vision way on their side of this jungle. Secure one control ward in there. And DK, not a big rush for them. And they're still just going to go for a bit of poke here onto Effort. Not overcommitting for the play, but they get his ult away. And that's all they need to do.
Chunk him out, get him low, and also get his ult, so now he's in a much worse position to contest vision or fight. At level 7 as well. Career is 2 levels up on Effort right now.
Yeah.
So even by support standards, it's pretty low level. 40 seconds until that Dragon. I feel like Cloud Soul isn't that crazy for D+ this game. I mean, it's just good, right? The passive movement speed. But the extra movement speed on ult is not, doesn't synergize that well with the champions. Like Jarvan, Cataclysm, and then just, I don't know, spin around inside it. But it's still a boost for a team that is already very far ahead for D+. KT trying to get some vision in the area.
Yeah, I mean, they're trying their best to play from the position they've put themselves in.
Oh, Smash has Terminus, and Fenrir hasn't even finished his second item.
Yeah. Looking like Shadow Flame for him eventually. If he even gets there before this game ends. You got the straight. It is all lined up, and Chiu's got a very nice flank here on the Cassante. So now we got supports going at it on the top of your screen. Effort's looking for it, and it actually does go over to Cuz. Will deny the soul. And BDD now just trying to get out as Cuz is in a really rough spot, but he's pretty tanky. Everybody is in the Cataclysm now as the equalizer doesn't do a whole lot. And everybody's super low. The shockwave hits the front line, and everything is just melting in DK's favor. 3 kills over to the side of Smash, and it should be the end of Cuz here as well. A clean 5-for-0 ace for DK.
You really want to see how one-sided that was. Look at the fact that Smash still had Flash, Korea still had Flash, Showmaker still had Flash. And on the other side, KT, everyone but Perfect committed theirs, and it still was not even slightly close. They don't have the damage, they don't have the gas in the tank. And KT, they ended up retreating here. Shiva was kind of forcing them this way, so they retreat to the wrong side of the map after the Dragon. And sure, they get the soul denial, but it doesn't really help them out. BD and Fenrir are in this awkward spot, and then the Cataclysm comes in. The Equalizer is kind of dodged away from, and they look for Smash here, but he just doesn't take enough damage. They just don't have enough. He's got the extra resistances he's stacking up from the Terminus, and he still had the bailout as well. This game, Nexus may still be alive, but it definitely feels like it's over. They're now trying to kill Shiwu. I don't know if they have it. BDD being here will help.
Yeah, with BDD, maybe they have enough. She is still very tanky, but the follow-up with the knock up there, BDD at least is going to help them secure 1 kill. Keep in mind that D plus Kia just got Baron and are 10,000, 11,000 gold ahead. So it's very much a consolation prize.
I think it's good, though, to take one of them off the map, which is going to slow down the Baron play, lose some of that time. It's the correct play to go for, but obviously when you're 11,000 gold behind, you need a lot more than that to make things positive.
80 golds.
There you go.
Oh.
Oh, there you go. That's the first 80 gold from Blades. Yeah, so D Plus had 2,460 to 0. Now it's 2,460 to 80.
Wow.
That's much better.
The gap is closing.
Yeah, they had infinitely more. Now they just have, like...
That's an Atlas stat right there.
They just have, like, 30 times more.
Yeah. Well, just don't look at the bot. No, even if you don't look at the bot lane, it's yeah. We have Death Cap here for Showmaker, so he's doing damage too.
This time has 10 stacks in the Dark Seal, but didn't go the Medjay's. Interesting.
Yeah, maybe he feels bad for them.
I think he just had a... No, I don't think he does, because he went from 7 stacks to 25 so quick. I think maybe he just had the money for the Rabadons.
Yeah.
Or was building towards it. He didn't want to stop it to go the Medjay's. Plus, how much are you going to get to stack it up when the next fight is probably the last?
Yeah, true. Stacks won't mean much. I guess mid-fight, you can get some value. BDD tried to go in and lost half his health.
Yeah.
He was just poking.
He's lower level than Smash. He's an entire level down on the enemy AD carry. He's 3 levels down on Showmaker.
And yet the only 2 lanes where they got a plate were where BDD was.
We're denied the funniest timeline of Huni going...
Yeah. Well,
0 and 10.
at least all of our talent got the prediction right. Good job, guys. Great work.
Unless
Very
KT
exciting.
find the miracle engage.
Is it here?
No.
Well, they got the flash. Smash flash. Okay. They got something. Better than nothing. As keep putting the KT fans on camera. They're not very much enjoying that. As BDD, he took 1 auto and a rend from Smash. As they will slowly but surely chip away at this base. Okay, nice little knock up here on a career. And they use Fate's Call. Is that like the first time they've used it this game?
I don't think so.
Well, either way.
I think the first time they've had to use it to save Korea.
Yeah. And Effort's just desperate. He wants some kind of angle. BDD the same. BDD keeps looking. Keeps trying to find it. Stacks up the Q. Unbinds the soul. Looks for the knock-up. And they got to get some kind of pick here. As now the equalizer comes down onto Smash. It's actually going to get
Oh,
clear, but
no.
the handshake again is big. And now everybody is actually on the run here from the side of D+Kia. Lucid alone in the jungle against Cuz. Shiu just trying to back away, and now the TP comes in from Showmaker as they look to turn it around. Very nice flash here from Lucid to get away from Cuz's Impale.
Guys, what's happening in the base?
Yeah, well, they got Lucid, and they were not able to lock down Smash as was expected.
Sante is TPing.
Yeah, so
the
is,
Nexus
so is
towers.
BDD, though. He's there. He's defending. It's 15,000 gold. Looks like D+Kia will be taking the 2-1 victory here tonight. And a very one-sided game at that. Got it done in the draft. Got it done in the game, at least in this game number 3. As Smash says, don't kill the Nexus. I have to kill Perfect first. And Perfect is not, he's not that kind of guy. He does not give free kills. He is running away as much as, oh, that was a crazy interaction. But, yeah, Shiu doing a good job of dodging everything. Wants to kill on a BDD, just a biffo. At the end of the day, though, D+Kia will take the 2-1 tonight. And punny comment in there as you think about it. Let's not lose to teams that didn't go to Paris.
There you go.
Or that couldn't go to Paris, couldn't make it. Yeah,
Pretty cool.
it's pretty hardcore.
Yeah. Even being extremely good may not be enough. And they have to keep getting these series wins. This is the final moment, that beautiful handshake for Korea.
Yeah, I mean, he read the flash engage.
안 쫄아야 돼, 안 쫄아야 돼. 가. 하나 높아. 야, 이속 줄게. 가도 돼, 이속 줄게.
아, 집 갔다 테리.
가자, 가볼게, 이거. 가도 돼, 가도 돼, 가도 돼.
쫄을 수
앉아, 앉아, 앉아.
나 쫄을 수 있어.
맞아, 맞다. 아, 나 죽었다.
아,
죽어도 돼. 괜찮아, 괜찮아.
야, 와봐.
야, 요네 이겼다.
이겼어.
These comps are so chaotic.
야, 진짜 더블 돼, 지금. 야, 요네 쳐, 요네 쳐.
But if it ain't broke, don't fix it. At least in this game. Smash with the most damage. Showmaker right behind him. I do think Smash is definitely one of the potential players of the match here for this best of 3.
Honestly, I feel like Smash, Korea, Showmaker. It is just going to be Showmaker.
Lucid or Shiu. Yeah.
Back-to-back Medjais in both those games. Actually, did he build Medjais in the last game in the end? Could have.
I didn't see it.
Either
I
way,
think they actually did. Well, I think he backed and TP'd in, so he actually could have bought it there.
0 deaths in the last 2 games. Just a pretty great performance from Showmaker. The Victor in particular, he was in fantastic form. And